Hey everybody, Joe with Bumblemakers here. I hope y'all are doing well. It is Wednesday, and haven't done an update in a little while, so I thought I'd do an update. I don't know how many days it's been since I quit smoking. It's been miserable amount of days and a miserable time, but it is a good thing. It's taught me a lot, and I've relearned a lot of things. We've also, my corporate job has set it up so that we can work from home, which has had kind of a mixed blessing. It's been good to be active and busy and working in order to, when all the coronavirus and everything and all going on, I actually took unpaid leave just to be home. And it was incredibly rejuvenating because we were able to do so many projects. And it was awesome to be at a homestead full time. And we went 2 weeks homesteading full time, and we got our enclosures done. We got our garden enclosures done. Our pig enclosures are set up. Our pig lines are run. We got so much stuff done that this week was the first week back. And it's back. I'm still working remote. I'm working from my house. But it really was kind of a very bittersweet thing to see all the productivity and all the joy that I get out of homesteading and not be able to do it. So that has been tough. It's been tough as I do have to still utilize the patches, but I have been, due to being home, I've used a smaller amount than normal, and there's been days where I just haven't put a patch on, just to kind of like see how miserable it would be. And it's miserable. It's so tough. That being said, it's very rewarding. And one of the important things about homesteading and why I feel it's important, and one of the important things about why addictive substances are bad, and we all know at a core being that an addiction is not a good thing. I don't care what your addiction to is. I don't care what your addiction is to. It is not a good thing. And just because the symptoms are not destroying your life in the moment doesn't mean it's a good thing. A lot of people think if they're managing their symptoms, they're managing their addiction, then it's an okay addiction, and it's not. And one of the things that has taught me and shown me through this process is how much of my stress management techniques and the way that I processed stress was processed through my addiction. Now I've been sober I've been sober from alcohol for 3.5 years. Sober for hard drugs. I did hard drugs when I was in my 20s. Been sober for a long time in that regard. And cigarettes has been very, very tough. And it's, as I was telling Gage, our 17-year-old, I've been smoking as long as he's been alive. And the difficulty in that, and the association that has with my life, and the partnership my life has been with cigarettes. But part of that has been how I interpret stress. And stress, I begin to associate stress in and of itself with the coping mechanism that is smoking. So you take away the coping mechanism, and you start to have stress reactions, and you immediately go negative in those reactions. You don't associate those reactions with what you're actually thinking or feeling. You associate them with your addiction, and you lose sight of, what is pressure, what is stress. And it really kind of robs your ability to handle things, because you immediately run to your addiction, and then you filter everything through that addiction. I hope it makes a little bit of sense what I'm talking about. Today, as you all have known, we've had a lot of dramatic things going on our property, and one of them was we've had issues with our cars, one of our vehicles. And one of the vehicles we have has had just issue after issue, and I've had to replace the alternator 3 different times to get the right alternator in. Had to replace the battery, still not fixed. And last night, we found out when my son went to drive home from work, it's not starting again. It's starting, it's not keeping a charge. And it looks like it's the alternator again. And, we're sitting there waiting for the tow truck to come and tow the car to our house. And I'm going through all of it rather than see, because stress is a good thing. Stress, a good analysis of what you're stressed out about tells you a lot about what you're thinking, what you're feeling, who you are, and how you handle things. But through the eyes of addiction, all you see is just like, oh God, I really need to get into my addiction. And it was actually very telling to me to have that moment where I went, oh, this doesn't tell me anything. This is just tell me that I'm an addict to something. It's not telling me what I'm stressed out about. Sorry, I know I'm rambling a little bit, so forgive me. Non-smoking is going well, yet difficult. The homestead's going well. We've actually got a real exciting update that we'll be adding to our property. We sold our turkey tom today, our tom that was lonely, who had been rejected by the female, because in turkeys the female picks the male, and his female breed did not pick him. So we found someone who needed a turkey tom, got a turkey tom, and now we're just kind of getting ready for our egg layers and meat birds, which will be arriving in the next couple of days. I actually need to get the brooder completely set up in advance for them. And we've got all kinds of little things going on. So exciting, thoughts about addiction, homesteading, and what does pressure and stress teach us. So I hope y'all are doing well. Excuse the rambling, and have a great day. Bye.